What's up, YouTube? My name is Jacob. This is the Awesomesauce. And yes, I am in the closet right now. It's really comforting. Not really, but so before we get started, let me explain why I'm in the closet and what's going on. So initially for this video, what I was gonna do was I was gonna kind of show my temporary apartment and go on the tangent that's going to be this video. Now, I decided against that because doing like an apartment show off would not really fit the aesthetic of the video, I guess to say, or the aesthetic of the topic. And I'm gonna, once we get into the topic, you'll understand why. So let's just go ahead and hop into it. I am gonna do like an apartment show off at some point, I guess. Like I said, the place I'm in now is temporary, so it's not really something I'm getting comfortable with. But I'll probably still show it just for a video and, you know, just so I can talk about something else. But right now we're talking about something a little more important. I'm pretty sure if you've clicked on the video, you read the title. We're talking about all this BS with the remakes that they're putting out. Now, before I get started, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty excited at first when they started doing these remakes. And so what I mean by my issue with these remakes is now it seems like it's becoming a fad, and I'm really uncomfortable with it. Now, when I say uncomfortable, I'm not really like bothered or offended, I'm just kind of pissed. And let me explain to you why it kind of pisses me off. So there was at a point in time a couple years ago where they were just putting out remakes. So there was, you know, the Resident Evil 1 remake was pretty badass, updated graphics. They kept the fixed cameras, but everything was updated. Voice acting was updated, which is cool. Like, there's no issue with that. It's right on. And then they came out with the remake of Crash, or the Crash Insane Trilogy, which once again, that was pretty cool. Like, I got to relive my childhood with updated graphics. I'm gonna admit that is the only reason why I bought a PlayStation 4, because it was exclusive at that time to PlayStation 4. Come to find out, like, it was like a year later, they put it out multi-console for the Switch and Xbox. Like, I don't regret my PlayStation at all, but still, would have been nice to know ahead of time. I keep hitting my door. I'm really sorry. I'm so used to having room, and I talk with my hands, so if you keep hearing, I'm just gonna apologize now. But yeah, so then they came out with the Crash, the Insane Trilogy, remade Crash. Once again, it was dope. Good idea. We got to relive our childhoods. Rock on. And then so with the success of Crash, everyone's like, oh, do Spyro the Dragon. So what happened? Last year they came out with the Reignited Trilogy, which is Spyro 2, and Spyro 3. I don't know the official names of the titles, so they're 1, 2, and 3 to me. The same with the Crash. Once again, pretty cool. Not too much of a problem because you get to relive your childhood. And then this happened. So this is the part of the video where I might piss a couple people off. And so before I get started, do understand I'm just expressing my opinion. I ultimately don't have a problem with what I'm about to talk about, but it irritates me enough that I had to do this video. So now that we got that out of the way, here's what kind of pushed that bar for me. Resident Evil 2 got remade. So once again, I thought it was legit. At first, I did not have a problem with the remake. Thought it was cool. You know, I saw the trailers. Really cool, like, updated graphics. I saw that they actually gave you a third-person perspective instead of fixed cameras. Cool. And then I started thinking about it. Now, I vaguely remember playing Resident Evil 2, and I did not play the remake. I've watched YouTubers and Let's Players play the remake. So keep that in mind as I say this part. It was cool. They updated the graphics. They got decent voice actors. The game looks legit. But to the best that I remember, it's the same story. That may be the case, that may not be the case. Once again, I vaguely remember Resident Evil 2 because I played it as a kid, and then... But to the best of my knowledge, they took the same story and rebuilt the world around it. Now, I'm pretty sure, like, the whole Ada thing that might have been added for the remake. Once again, it's really unclear to me because it's been a while since the original Resident Evil 2 was played by me. But the way I see it is that they literally they keep taking these old stories and just updating them. They're not creating new stuff, new content. Resident Evil 2 is where that initially started. Now, once again, at that point in time, I didn't really express concern. I didn't really think, oh, this is going to be a problem. Resident Evil 2 comes out, not even a month later, Capcom's like, oh yeah, if there's enough success, we'll remake 3. Dude. And so once again, here's the problem with these remakes. As cool as it would be to see an updated Nemesis, what the fuck happened after Resident Evil 7? Like, give me Resident Evil 8. Give me Resident Evil 7.5. Like, what happened with Chris Redfield? What happened with, you know, Zoe? Like, there are storylines that you need to tell people, and it's not just Capcom. Because I saw that they also are remaking Crash Insane Racing, or I think that's the title. They're remaking the racing game for Crash Bandicoot. Like, why? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool. I'm excited. I may buy that one. I may even look into Resident Evil 3. Probably not. Why are we remaking shit? Like, and like I said, I'm not just looking at Capcom, but I'm looking at everybody. It seems like we're stuck in this period of time where no new stuff is coming out. Why are people trying to cash in on remakes? The logical answer is because, you know, money. Capcom saw that Resident Evil 1 did good, Resident Evil 2 Remake did good, so projected Resident Evil 3 is going to do good. Crash Insane Trilogy, fucking perfect game, did great. Pissed everybody off, but it did great. The game was so goddamn hard. Spyro Reignited did great. Everyone was thrilled. Everyone bought the game. Totes legit. But it's like, when are we gonna get a new game? Like, for me, I'm a story-driven person. Like, that's why I liked Resident Evil 7. And I know I'm focusing on Resident Evil and Capcom a lot, but that's just the best example that I thrive at. So maybe my problem is just with Capcom remaking old Resident Evils. But even like I said, the Crash Team Racing remake, why? You know, and like, they're gonna sell it for like $60. Like, that's bullshit. Dude, you're selling me a game that I played in the 90s and early 2000s for $60 when it's just updated graphics and shit. I mean, you know, and I'm not saying that's what's gonna be happening with the Team Racing. I'm not saying that's gonna happen in the future, but make your money a better way. I mean, that's just my personal opinion, man. People are cashing in on adults' childhoods. So like, I grew up playing Resident Evil 2 and 3. Capcom's like, damn, that's money. We're gonna make money off of your childhood, but we're gonna update it to look badass. I'm not saying that there's no work that goes into updating these games. There's a lot of redesign. There's a lot of updating, you know, changing the graphics, changing the world, especially if they're changing the perspective on the gameplay. They're rebuilding the whole game. But that's only half the battle. And like I said, I'm not degrading the people who do that. I couldn't do that. And I have a lot of respect to game designers and game developers who design game worlds. But me, as a story-driven game player, I'm kind of left in the dark. What happened after Resident Evil 7? I mean, even like Microsoft and freaking 324, whatever that stupid studio that took over Halo, what happened after Guardians? Like, can we please get a new title release? Come on. And so in the midst of my tangent, I do know, and there's going to be people saying in the comments, oh, but there are games that are coming out. You are correct. There are new games. There are games that are based off of this. And, you know, there's some really sick games that are coming out for 2019. But, like, there's just so much hype over these remakes. It's kind of annoying. And you can agree, you can disagree. That's totally fine. Let me know in the comments. Like, if you think I'm a fucking retard, if you think I'm an idiot, let me know. That's cool, too. Everyone has a right to their opinion, and I honestly feel really strongly about this. Not so much that I'm going to boycott playing video games or Capcom itself, because they got Devil May Cry 5. I've been waiting for that shit forever. And it's kind of funny, because I was ranting on this topic with a friend. You know, at the end of the topic, at the end of the conversation, I was like, dude, like, do you understand what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah. He's like, but why aren't you doing this with YouTube? And it kind of like kicked me in the butt. I was like, dude, wow. And then I kind of realized that like the stuff I've been bitching and talking about with like my wife, with my friends, with this friend in particular, could have been done here. And so that's why I'm doing this here. So anyway, YouTube, that's my opinion. That's kind of how I feel about this topic, you know, with these remakes, with these reboots, even with the movies, but that's a different video for a different time. Let me know what you guys think. Are you all for these remakes? Are you down for them to remake these classics that we lived as a child? Or are you like me and do you want to see stuff that's going to develop the story of stuff we've already been introduced to? Let me know what you think. Give me your opinions. Write them in the comments below. Let's talk. I'm all about talking, yo. But thank you, YouTube, so much for joining me today. I do appreciate you guys clicking on the video and watching to the end. I do greatly appreciate that. My links are in the description below. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm active on Twitter and my Facebook now, so hit me up. Say what's up. But again, YouTube, thank you so much. Don't forget to check the links in the description. Let me know how things are going. Connect with me on a personal level on my social media. I like talking, you like talking. Let's talk together. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends to let them know the Awesome Sauce is here to party. And as always, YouTube, here's a crisp one.